the field to reach that goal line. We gotta be ready to our best, because the game is where we put it to the test.
Todd Trevor, number 9, and I play running back.
Anthony Perez, my number is number 10, and I play quarterback and safety.
P is 14, Nick Piers, and I play safety and running back.
Jesse Harms, number 30, and I play nose guard and left tackle.
Anthony Dillard, number 85, I play left end and left inside backer.
My name is Jeremy Dillard. I'm number 96. I play left defensive end and I play right offensive end.
Hi, I'm Michael Olagi, number 98, and I play left offensive end.
My name is Dylan Pigeon, number 99, and I play right end.
My name is Guy Joseph Rashidili. I'm number 12, and I play quarterback and inside linebacker.
My name is Adam Schechter, I'm number 17, and I play running back.
My name is Tyler T. I'm 21, and I play corner and wide receiver. My name is Hector Yorba, and I play running back.
My name is Michael Sylvester, number 28, and I play running back and nose guard.
My name is Joe Skolinski. My number is 32, and I play outside linebacker and running back.
My name is Ricky Kashiba. My number is 40. I play fullback, wide receiver, and safety.
Hi, my name is John Rowe. I'm number 42. I play running back and defensive tackle.
My name is John Carlson. My number is number 50, and I play center.
My name is Corey Lehman. My number is 52, and I play inside linebacker.
My name is AJ Moffitt, number 54, and I play right guard.
My name is Brad Carter, and I play center.
My name is Louis Dillard, and I play inside linebacker.
My name is Douglas Lepar, and I am number 66, and I play left guard.
My name is Kevin Daniels, and I am number 73, and I play right tackle.
Hi, my name is Kyle Allen. I'm number 79. I play guard, offense, and tackle and defense.
4, 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4. Who we gonna play for? Who we gonna play for? Roughriders! Roughriders!
You guys ready to play some football today?
Yes, sir!
You ready to play some football today?
Yes, sir!
All right, let's get focused here, all right? Let's go. I need. Go! Let's go, let's go! 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 Come on! Go! 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 I need going back. Here we go. First go. Go! 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 Butt kicker. Go! Go! Go, let's go! Go! Roughrider football! Go! Let's go! Roughriders! Stay low! Stay low! Go! Come on! Come on! Go! That's it! Come on! Stay low! Let's go! 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 Get loose! Go! Go! Come on, just low! Go! 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 Speed, Yankee! Speed like us! Quick today!
My name is Nappy, Ryan Nappy. My position is on offense I play tackle, and on defense I play tackle. And right now I'm playing
Bobby Boucher, water boy. Go! 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 Come on, Anthony. Go! 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 Wait. Go! Go!
Go! Go! Go!
Good, good, good. All right. Let's have Coach Matt, offense, defense. Block the best and who's going to tackle the best. That's what will decide the outcome of this game today. You kids are the roughest, toughest kids in the conference. You're the best guys. I don't care what kind of game it ends up being. 8-0, 6-0, 48-0. We're going to take the game over from a physical basis. We're going to rough it up, and we're going to be very physical with these guys like they've never been hit before, both along offensive and defensive line. On defenses, we're going to knock the football loose. So we're going to get after them, no big plays. If there's a breakdown, make the tackle, get back in the huddle, get them on the next play. We got to raise the tempo from a physical standpoint with these guys. They're big, they think they're tough, they're bullies. They don't understand how quick we are, how we're going to get to the football and knock it loose, how our offensive line is going to surge off and we're going to create holes for our backs. All right, go, let's get ready to play. What? Yep. Got the tape. Here we go. Line up. Bobby Boo. That's Lewis Miller. Come. Fellas. Hey, Fallbrook, on your sideline will be Mr. McCoy. Mr. McCoy is on Fallbrook's sideline. Okay, Poway, Mr. McCumber's on your sideline, all right? Okay, Fallbrook, you're the visitors. 50-17, head to tails, okay? I'm going to throw it in the air, call it in the air, call it so they can hear it. I'm going to catch it. If I drop it, I'm going to throw it, all right?
Tails.
It's a hit. You guys won the toss. Okay, no. Hold on there. Okay. Poway wins the toss and they're going to defer.
Poway has won the toss.
Okay, so you guys want to receive, right? Okay, now which way do you guys want to kick from? Okay, so turn your backs right here on this line. You guys come this way. Okay, Poway wins the toss and they defer. Fallbrook will receive down here.
Okay, guys,
On the
come here one more
deferral,
time real quick,
Fallbrook
okay?
will receive the opening kickoff. Roughriders on defense. McFerrin at number 32.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Williams, and on behalf of George Langevin Sports Video Productions, I'd like to welcome you to Poway, California, site of today's Super Game of the Week. The Poway Roughriders, they are kicking off to the Fallbrook Redskins. The Redskins take the ball up the middle. They will cross the 30-yard line, and they will take over 1st and 10. This is expected to be a super game today. Both these teams coming into this game with a record 7 wins and 1 loss. And talking to head coach Guy Richarduli, he will tell you this game is the gateway to the playoffs. 1st and 10 for the Redskins at their own 30-yard line. Andrew Atkins takes the handoff up the middle. Big number 44, Matt Burke. He will pick up a solid 5 for the Redskins. No huddle offense. That's tough on any defense. 2nd down and 5 for the Redskins. And there's a flag on the play. We'll take a look and see who the call is against. It is awfully tough when you have a no-huddle offense.
Dead ball foul.
Dead ball foul. The Roughriders defense a little bit confused with the no-huddle offense. They line up in the neutral zone. That is a 5-yard penalty. That's an automatic now 1st down. 1st and 10 now at the 40-yard line for the Redskins. In the front line for the Roughriders, you got number 81, Elliott Brown. He will lead the charge on the defensive line. Up the middle, and a nice job by Guy Richarduli. Big number 44, Matt Burke, tried to find an open lane, but stuffing it nicely. Guy Richarduli, number 12. No gain on that play. It'll now be 2nd down and 10. Once again, Atkins will bring him up in the backfield. You've got Burke, and now in motion is Melgard. A nice stop. Burke tries to get to the line of scrimmage. Number 32, Joe Skowinski. Michael Sylvester as well stuffed him on the right side of the line. That is a loss of 1 yard for the Redskins. And after a couple good strong runs by the Redskins, number 44, Burke, the defense for the Roughriders has stopped him 2 times. A long 3rd and 12. Up the middle, no, it'll be around the end. Trying to make the turn, and no go. String the play out was Elliott Brown. Having to take the long route was Andrew Atkins on the keeper. That is a loss of 2 more. Now it's 4th down and at least 15 to go. Good, strong defense. 3 plays in a row shuts down the Redskins. 4th and long. Let's see what happens right now.
Fallbrook appears to be going.
Fallbrook up in the line. Atkins. They are going for it. It's a keeper. To the outside option, and triple teamed. Richarduli is there, as well as Nick Peters. Flag on the play. Let's take a look and see. They're going to call it an illegal forward lateral.
73.
So strong defensive stance by the Roughriders. They take over 1st and 10. On the play, Michael Sylvester, number 28, takes the carry. He'll pick up about 3 on the play as he goes off tackle. 2nd down now and 7. At quarterback, Tony Perez, number 10. Perez will bring them up to the line of scrimmage. In the backfield, you've got T-Bone set up.
59.
Handoff taken. Trying to bounce it outside was Todd Shavrin. Shavrin did not see anything inside. Tried to go to the outside. Nothing there as well. And we've got a flag. There is a holding call against the Roughriders.
Go ahead
And that will be taken by the Redskins. They will move back 10 yards. They will have second down and a long way to go. Beautiful day for football here in Poway. We've got Santa Ana conditions. October 30th, 1999, day before Halloween. You'd never know. We're supposed to be in wintertime, or at least late fall, we'll call it. In San Diego, California, this month, October, going on record as the warmest in 150 years of record keeping. Keeper by Perez. Perez found a slight opening on the left side. Quickly, the defense of the Redskins closed down. Third down and long for the Roughriders. Perez takes the play instructions from the sideline. He'll have it third and long. Got some big guys for the Redskins. Big number 77, Brandon Bivens. He's one of the anchors. Quick pitch. Trying to move it upfield. Good containment. The pitch to Sylvester. Containment was there by the Redskins. And there is a loss on that play. So fourth down and a whole bunch of yards for the Roughriders.
77-44 to stop Fallbrook.
Bivens in on the stop for the Redskins. Roughriders will have fourth down.
Fourth down at midfield.
On the keeper, nothing is there. Getting through the line again. This time it's Court Hedrick, and the Redskins will take over on downs. On the last play, Hedrick just came in untouched and made the big play against the Riders. And so now Redskins will have it. Right up the field. Again, Burke. He will pick up a couple. On the bottom of the pile, Richard Dooley. Richard Dooley came up with the ball as well. Second down and 9. Right close to the Roughriders' 45-yard line. Burke, and now it's Hedrick in the backfield. Burke and Hedrick split back. Strong left for the Redskins. Now in motion. That's Blankenship. Burke. Burke is the workhorse, but not that time, as number 81, Elliott Brown, came in and made a nice tackle. Well, when you take a look at Matt Burke, number 44, he is fullback material. He is a bruiser, and you know that he's used to running around on the field, and once he breaks through that initial line, he is going to have trouble. The key for the Roughriders, do not let him get past that line of scrimmage. Back to pass. A nice bullet. That one's intercepted. Moving it downfield. Josh Drucker intercepts the ball and brings it back, and we've got a couple flags thrown on the field. Atkins threw a rope downfield. It was right into the waiting arms of Josh Drucker. Foul and penalty against the Roughriders. They'll have a clip, and they'll start on their own close to 20-yard line. And so with the INT by Josh Drucker, the Roughriders take over. Defense once again is there for the Roughriders. Right up the middle, some running room for Joe Skowinski. He'll pick up about 3 yards. It'll be second down and 7 for the Roughriders. Well, that was the first pass thrown in the game by the Redskins. Andrew Atkins, number 7, a big, big player. I mean, he's tall. He's one of the taller kids on the field, so he definitely has the ability to see. He also displayed a really, really strong arm. But for the Roughriders, they stepped in the passing lane, and it was Drucker with the INT. A huge hole for the Roughriders. Nice blocking up front on the right side of the line. And a nice run by number 26, Hector Yorba. That's a first down for the Roughriders, their first down of the game. We are at 3:34 in the first quarter of play. No score. Roughriders and Redskins going at it. Richard Dooley now at quarterback. He's on the keeper. He will pick up 3 yards before he is stopped. In on the play is Dane Rodriguez and Court Hedrick. We'll give him 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Nice hole both times. The first one for Yorba and then for Richard Dooley. Good, strong, solid line on the right side. You've got Hoffett as well as Rote. Now the handoff to the left side. Nice running again. This time the ball to the Bulls. Skowinski, he's going to pick up close to a first down. So the run is good for 8 yards and a first down. Centering the ball today, John Carlson. On the left side of the line now, you've got Moffitt. They come back on the opposite side. Number 60, Blake Slover, in on the stop. Hector Yorba trying to get something to happen on that right side. That'll be 2nd down and 10. Once again, looking at that talented offensive line and the end on the right side, that's Brown. They go to the left side on the rollout. Richard Dooley throws it, and that is tipped by number 26, Gus Leslie. And that was a tough throw by Richard Dooley as he rolled to his left, and as a right-handed passer, that is pretty tough to do at any level of football. 3rd down and long. Substitution now comes in. Number 89, Josh Drucker. Drucker, remember, on defense had the INT. He's got some hands. The question is, are we in a passing situation? Right at the 40-yard line. Richard Dooley brings him up. Now split out will be Peters. Looking for someone downfield. There's an opportunity. Open was Hector Yorba. Richard Dooley just leading him a little too much. But remember that play. They'll come back with it. They had the pass play, and he was open, just a little off target. 4th down now. 1:51 remaining in the first quarter. Roughriders now stalling at their 40-yard line. It'll be 4th down. Yorba will punt high into the air. That is going to take a Redskins bounce. It is touched and downed by the Roughriders.
Get the ball!
Redskins take over at the midfield line. Atkins at QB, middle linebacker, Andy Schramm. With the ball was number 1, Court Hedrick. He is bounced back. No gain on that play. 2nd down and 10 for the Redskins. And after the first couple plays of the first series, offensively for the Redskins, the Poway Roughriders defense has shut them down. Number 30, Jesse Harnish. He is in the game. Number 79, Kyle Allen, defensive end on the near sideline. Allen. And there's the pass out to the outside. That ball finds the ground first on the hop. Looking for number 32, Bo Blankenship. Ball incomplete. 3rd down now and 9. Wide out for the Redskins, Cameron Melkus. On the coverage will be Josh Drucker on the near sideline. Up the middle, making first contact Michael Sylvester, number 28. He came knifing through into the backfield, and that caused Matt Burke the inability to get his feet a-moving. He took the handoff, then had to sidestep the slicing Michael Sylvester, and the ball never got going. The ball runner never got going, and now it's 4th down. Another good Poway Rough Rider defensive stance. For the Redskins, they're going forward on 4th down. Back to pass, looking for an inside route. Ball is high and over the head of number 12, Cameron Melkus. Poway Rough Riders will once again take over. A good defensive stance for the Rough Riders. 22 seconds in the first quarter. Carlson and Richard Dooley. Handoff. Slide hold, the bull, Joe Skowinski will pick up about 4 yards. Nice second effort by Skowinski. He was hit and then was able to pick up another yard, maybe 2. That'll now be 2nd down and 6 yards to go for the Rough Riders. Inside now, the 50-yard line, and that is the end of the first quarter. No score, Rough Riders and Redskins going at it right here in Poway, California. Second down and 6 now for the Rough Riders. Richard Dooley making sure the call is made. T-bone. Handoff. Quick hole up the middle. Hector Yorba slams inside and picks up another good hunk of real estate. We are now in the second quarter. 3rd down now and 3. Ball at the 42-yard line. They got to cross the 40-yard line for 1st down. On the keeper, Richard Dooley, and he is going to have it very close for the 1st down. He punches it through. Yes, he does. 1st down for the Rough Riders. Richard Dooley, handoff. Up again, Yorba. And the ground machine of the Rough Riders is now in full open throttle. They are defeating the line of scrimmage and controlling the defensive line of the Redskins, and they are moving the ball. A nice pickup there of 6 yards. 2nd down and 4 now at the 32. Again, up the middle, and this time the lane closes quickly. Number 44, Matt Burke, leading the defensive charge on that one. 3rd down now and 2. 3rd and 2 at the 30-yard line. Poway Rough Riders looking strong. This is a crucial play right here. T-bone backfield. Richard Dooley will keep the ball, and he will find success off of Carlson. John Carlson, the center, doing the job. 1st down for the Rough Riders. Rough Riders continuing their march. They are now moving inside the 25-yard line. Check that at the 27. They'll be moving it. Richard Dooley on the keeper. There's a nice hole. Richard Dooley keeps it and found an open hole on the right side, and now there is a penalty holding against the Rough Riders. Ouch. Gotta watch those types of calls. So the ball now rests at the 40-yard line of the Redskins. 2nd down and 20. In motion goes Skowinski. Keeper by Richard Dooley, trying to make the turn. Richard Dooley stays on his feet, and he is driving and then taken down by half of the Redskins team. Richard Dooley will take up and get close to a nice 10-yard pickup. So on 1st down and 20, he'll pick up at least 8. And now it'll be 2nd down and 12. Ball at the 30-yard line. So he picks up 10. Richard Dooley also had a hard hit on him as the Redskins defense closed quickly on the near sideline. Keeper again. Will it be a pitch at the last minute to Yorba? The defense of the Redskins, nice job stringing it out. Court Hedrick, number 1, and Clay McFerrin, 22, did the job in stringing out the play and keeping containment against the Roughriders. Roughriders now will have a 3rd down and 15.
Primetime Tate next year. Primetime Tate again.
Number 21, Primetime Tate into the game. Tyler Tate has got 6 interceptions this season. His uncle, Ty Law, plays for the New England Patriots, so you've got some professional sports in their blood. Richard Dooley, shotgun, back to pass, looking for the swing. No! Court Hedrick comes in from the strong side and sacks guy Richard Dooley. That is the 2nd sack of the game. And for the Roughriders, they now have 4th down and a whole bunch of yards to try and make up.
Go, Yin, Tyler out. Go, 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 go. Tyler out. Tyler out. Go.
Back into the lineup for the Roughriders.
Give him time.
4th down for the Roughriders. 5:10 left in the half. Richard Dooley will take it right up the middle on the quarterback draw. Once again, defense is there. Dane Rodriguez takes him down for the Redskins. And the Redskins, with the help of some penalties, will take over on downs, 1st and 10. Redskins will take over now with 5:04 left in the first half. The throw by Adkins will bounce in front of the receiver. Number 22, Clay McFerrin, was the far receiver, tried to get a quick throw to the outside and then let McFerrin do some running, but the ball falls short. 2nd down and 10. Clock stops at the incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10. And right behind us, we've got the talented Roughriders cheerleaders. You can hear them in one of their famous stunts. That's the Roughriders cheerleaders. 2nd down and 10. Ball is fumbled. Atkins will recover the ball, and that will be a loss for the Redskins. Atkins, and you never know whether it's a mishandling. It's definitely a mishandling and communication between the center and Atkins. You just don't know whether Atkins pulls out too soon or the ball just wasn't up high enough for Atkins to take it. Doesn't matter. The ball is now back just at the 32-yard line. 3rd down now and 14 for the Redskins. In motion is Blankenship. Back to pass. Atkins sends one downfield. There is an open receiver. Cameron Melkus had got a step behind the defense of the Roughriders, and the ball by Andrew Atkins just a little bit overthrown. The timing was just off a second. Otherwise, that would have been big, big trouble as, again, Melkus got behind the defensive backs. 4th down now for the Redskins. Matt Burke in the backfield. Across the middle, nice job by the Redskins. Good hands by number 82, Kerry Kite, and that is very close to a 1st down. So the Redskins, on the nice reception by Kerry Kite, comes up about a half foot short, and up the middle quickly, a nice run by Hector Yorba. The Roughriders are having some really good success on the quick pops up the middle. Both sides of the line has been successful. but you get the quick pops, keeping the Redskin defense off guard. They don't have the time to react. Up the middle again, and that time the Redskins did react. Met at the line of scrimmage. Number 16, Ryan Evans, led the charge. Third down now for the Roughriders. 3:14 left in the half. Once again, the Roughriders finding themselves in Redskins territory. They've been able to drive the deepest, getting down to about the 30-yard line. Quarterback keeper by the Roughriders, Jason Maltzby, number 55, in his linebacker position, able to contain Richard Dooley. Fourth down now. We're calling it 5 yards. Richard Dooley and the Roughriders offense needing to pick up 5 yards to keep this drive going. Roughriders won the toss in the beginning of the game, but they deferred to the second half. Richard Dooley changing directions. Containment was there by Andrew Atkins, and not enough for the first down. So for the Fallbrook Redskins, they handle the defense, and they'll take over 1st and 10. Redskins now take over at the 37-yard line. Right up the middle, Big Burke, he's got some running room. Burke slams through the defensive line. Number 21, Tyler Tate, makes the initial hit, and then 2 more Roughriders able to finish off Matt Burke. And that's what I was talking about. When Matt Burke is able to break through the initial line of scrimmage, he is a tough player to bring down. You've got to hit him at the waist or below if you expect to bring the big man down. In the backfield now, Hedrick and Burke. A good pickup of 8 yards, 2nd down and 2 for the Redskins. A quick pass over, and that's through the hands of Clay McFerrin. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down. Don't know. We've got a strong wind around here. It's coming right at us across the field from the top of your screen, and that might cause some havoc today. I was up in the announcer's booth earlier before the game, and the wind was truly blowing. We've got Santa Ana conditions here in late October, and trying to throw into that wind, it's going to be tough. Fallbrook Redskins will take a timeout with 1:47 left in the first half, no score. On the Redskins timeout, the Roughriders gather to get some talk by the coaches. Let's take a look at the coaches. Guy Richard Dooley is the head coach. The business manager is Jeff Brown. Assistant coach is Tony Richard Dooley, Paul Odermatt, Mark Skowinski. Guy Richard Dooley Sr., Mike Sylvester, Matt Vidosh, Ed Hills, and the trainer, Jay Schramm. 1:47 left in the first half of play. Well, the Poway Roughriders have had the advantage. They have been on the Redskins side of the field far more than the Redskins have been in the Roughriders side of the field. And for Guy Richard Dooley, that's exactly what he wants. But of course he wants more. He wants to put the ball into the goal end zone, and has not been able to do that. The entire team of the Poway Roughriders meets Court Hedrick. On the charge is number 75, or 79, Kyle Allen. So Allen was there first, and then you had the rest of the Roughriders. Allen anchoring the left side of the line. Number 85, Anthony Dillard, is out there as well. In the linebacker position, John Rote, 42. Burke on the handoff. Burke has got some running room. Burke on 4th down picks up a big run. He will have the first down and more. First down and 10 now for the Redskins. They are at the 40-yard line now of the Poway Roughriders, and the Roughriders must control the line of scrimmage to control big number 44, Matt Burke. Another timeout having to be called as Burke, who took a hit on that last run, is holding his elbow. We're going to take an injury timeout as well with no score, 47 seconds left in the half. 1st and 10 for Fallbrook. Atkins will be back to pass. Inside throw, and the ball is caught, and it is complete, and a pickup of about 8 yards. That'll be their 3rd timeout of this half, and that'll do it for them. And it'll be 2nd down and about 4 yards to go as the ball is right at the Roughriders' 40-yard line. Well, 28 seconds remain in this first half, and for the Redskins, they find themselves now inside the Roughriders part of the field. They have not seen that side of the field very often. For the Roughriders, it's been their offense that's eaten up a lot of time in this game, moving between the 50 and the 30-yard line on the Redskins side of the field. With 28 seconds to go for the Roughriders, they must contain the inside passing lanes. They must dominate the line of scrimmage to keep Matt Burke from getting those legs a-churning, because once he gets the ball with an open lane, he's going to be dangerous. They must be keying on Matt Burke and that line of scrimmage. They need to shut down the lanes. Let's see what they can do. 28 seconds left in this first half. Redskins, 2nd down and 4. They are at the 40-yard line of the Roughriders. Court goes in motion. Misdirection. Number 24, Connor Lynch. It looked like it was a misdirection play. Fallbrook gets timeout, so they had used 2. Now that's their 3rd. That'll be their last timeout of this half. 17 seconds to go. They will not be able to stop the clock at all. And for this level of Pop Warner football, it's going to be pretty tough to be able to move the ball 39 or 35 yards in this case in 17 seconds, unless you have a pass play that moves you downfield and you can get out of bounds, or you have a big bang run by maybe number 44, maybe Matt Burke. Well, if the Roughriders have anything to say, they are going to shut it down and shut it down good here as time starts to be a critical factor here in the first half of play. On that last tackle, number 81, Elliott Brown in on the tackle. 17 seconds left, 1st and 10. Redskins looking for a big play. Back to pass is Atkins. Atkins threw the ball to the inside. The player, Clay McFerrin, was looking to the outside. It went off of McFerrin's fingertips, but the clock stops on the incomplete pass, and so now 12 seconds are left. You are watching Top Prep Sports Action being brought to you by the leader in sports coverage. That's George Langevin. We knew this was going to be a good game, and a good game it is. Roughriders and the Redskins both coming into this game at 7 wins, 1 loss. Back to pass, Atkins. Atkins looking across the middle. It is caught, but the clock is going to run out. They are not going to have enough time, and we are going to end the first half of play with no score. Poway Roughriders and Fallbrook Redskins will take a much-needed rest at halftime, come right back out, and we'll have 2 more quarters to try and find a victor in this important game in the Palomar Conference. Standing with me is the head coach, Guy Richard-Dooley. Guy, give me your thoughts on the first half of this game.
Pretty good football game. Pretty good hard-nosed hitting. We just got to eliminate the penalties. We had a couple nice drives. We're shooting ourselves in the foot. Hopefully we're going to come out second half and put one up real quick and then continue to play good defense. I think good hitting. Both teams are playing well. Well-matched, even teams. So got to go coach my kids.
Okay, good luck, Coach. Stay with us at halftime. We'll be right back with the Poway Roughriders cheerleaders. And now, for your enjoyment, the Poway Roughrider cheerleaders. Poway Roughrider cheerleaders, thank you, athletes. Ready to start the second half for the Roughriders. They will receive, and into the waiting hands of Skowinski. The ball is on the ground. It bounced off of the chest of Skowinski, and it looks like possibly, and yes indeed, the Redskins recover. So the ball recovered by the Redskins at the 50-yard line. In motion is Blankenship, and there are penalty flags on the ground. Dead ball foul, movement by the Redskins, false start, and that is a big break for the Roughriders. 5-yard penalty. It'll still be first down now, but it'll be 15. Ball back on the 43-yard line of the Redskins. Well, we talked about at halftime with Guy Richard Dooley what they needed to do. One of them was to play error-free football. It didn't start out that way, but neither is it starting out that way for the Redskins. Burke trying to find some running room. Penalty flag once again flying in on the tackle. Number 81, Elliott Brown in there. The key in this second half will be to keep Matt Burke from breaking through that line of scrimmage, and Redskins are shooting themselves in the foot right now. They now go back another 10 yards. So now it's going to be first down and 25 for the Redskins. First and 25 at their own 32. Redskins and Atkins. Burke. Matt Burke looking for some running room. Big number 79, Kyle Allen, leads the charge. On that line of scrimmage, you've got 95, Andy Schramm, number 79, Kyle Allen. Number 28, Michael Sylvester.
Head off, see a ball, find a ball.
On the far sideline, number 81, Elliott Brown. Atkins, second down. Back to pass. Atkins is going to have to run. He's got some big running room. Atkins moves downfield, and a nice open field tackle by number 14, Nick Peters. So the scramble picks up 20 yards for the Redskins, and that just opens up a whole can of worms when you get your passer to start scrambling. That's the first scramble Atkins did, and boy, that was a big one, picking up 20 yards. Pass across the middle. He is open. The ball's on the ground. It's a fumble. The ball was complete, and then the ball was dropped. It was recovered by the Redskins, and the Redskins will have a big, big first down in this second half. Ball now at the 31-yard line of Poway. Redskins on the move. Well, that scramble by Atkins really scrambled up the defense. They now have another threat that they've got to worry about. Fumble again. The ball is picked up, Smart play by the Redskins, number 32. That's Bo Blankenship, but the defense pounces on the mistake. And for the Redskins, once again, they move the wrong way. Richie Dooley calling the plays at nose guard. Michael Sylvester, 79. Kyle Allen trying to stuff up the middle, looking for a Burke run. A pass, and that's going to be taken, and the knee is down, and that will be immediately a downed play. No one touched him, but his knee touched the ground. It'll be third down. So the play by the Redskins and Atkins on the quick pass to the far side just has not worked very well at all today. Atkins definitely has a good arm. He can get it out there, but that is a tough play for anybody to run, let alone at this level of football. Third down and 20. Back to pass. Atkins goes down deep. It's a beauty, and it's almost intercepted. Tyler Primetime Tate stepped in front of the lane at the last moment, had it in his hands, and collided with the receiver. All of that means a nice defensive play by Tate and an incomplete pass for the Redskins. Fourth down now and close to 20 yards. Ball at the 40-yard line.
Go, Kyle! Let's go, John! Go.
Fourth down now here. Atkins will take the snap inside, and there's nothing there. Looking for an inside handoff. Number 28, Michael Sylvester, is there for defense, and the Roughriders hold. Roughriders take over on defense. Tony Perez on the count. Perez on the keeper will pick up about 2, and then Perez is lifted up off the ground by a host of Redskins players. Perez had a false count, and it looked like that it drew the Redskins defense into the neutral zone. No call was made, and so now the play resumes. Second down and 7 to pick up a 3 by Perez. For the Roughriders, they must get back to their quick pops up inside the middle. Let's see what they can do right here. T-bone action in the backfield. Perez on the delayed account. He's going to keep it himself again. And Perez will pick up a half a yard. Now we've got a change. Moving back out on the field is going to be Richard Dooley. Coming on, Primetime Tate. Schramm is out there. Brown is out there. Skowinski, Rote. Third down and 6. Ball resting at the 47-yard line of the Poway Roughriders. 5:18 in the third quarter. No one left in the backfield. Richard Dooley on the keeper. He's going to try and turn the corner. There is a flag. Richard Dooley makes it through the line, but there is a flag on the play. And more than likely, with the player in motion, there might be an offensive penalty called. Illegal motion. You know, anytime you get someone moving in motion and it's something different from your normal standard offensive set that you've seen all day long, and then you see a flag, well, you usually know what that means. The writing's on the wall. 5-yard penalty puts it back now. It'll be third down and 12 for the Roughriders. And for both teams in this second half, they have struggled of playing error-free football. It's what Coach Richard Dooley wanted to have happen. You need to keep those penalties down. Third down and 12. Shotgun approach by Richard Dooley, and now this time there's a penalty. And now another penalty against Poway as Tate lines up in the neutral zone. And so consecutive penalties push the Roughriders farther back. The ball now inside of the 40-yard line, down to the 37. Third and a whole bunch of yards. In motion, in shotgun. Back to pass is Richard Dooley. Burke comes in and takes him down. Big Matt Burke comes in, and Richard Dooley cannot escape the hands of Matt Burke. Now it'll be 4th down, and it'll be 23 yards. And for the Roughriders, it would seem that they need to punt this ball out and get it back towards the midfield line. Yorba in the backfield. Ball at the 30-yard line. Yorba gets one, and this time it's a beautiful punt. It takes a Poway Roughriders bounce, and it's just what the doctor ordered. Way downfield, a huge punt by the Roughriders. Huge special teams play by the Roughriders. Yorba sends a 38-yard punt, putting the Redskins down deep. McFerrin will take the ball, and he will move up 5 yards from the 30-yard line. And McFerrin is on the ground after a hard hit. We'll take a timeout also. 3:30 left in the third quarter. No score. So when that play works, it works very nicely. A pickup of 8 yards for the Redskins. Burke will hand off. Burke still on his feet. Fumble! And as Burke was going down, the ball was stripped out. It's recovered by the quick-thinking Kerry Kite, number 82 of the Redskins. Leading that defensive charge again, Kyle Allen. Allen, Schramm, Yorba on the far sideline. You've got John Rote, Elliott Brown, and then in the nose guard position, Michael Sylvester. Third down on the keeper, and it's a good defensive play. The question is, did he get it? It is going to be very, very close. Depends on where the spot is. And they are going to have a measurement on a very close play. It was a keeper by Andrew Atkins right up the middle. Defense was very strong in the inside part of the line. And let's take a look and see exactly what he's got. It looks like it was a good spot, and he might make it by an inch or two. Let's take a look.
Stretching out those chains. Here's close.
And he makes it by about 1/4 of a football length. So for the Redskins, they have new life in 1st and 10 right at their own 40-yard line. 2:24 left in the third quarter. Poway Roughriders and Fallbrook Redskins moving together up and down the field. Both teams searching to come out with a victory. In the defensive backfield, you've got Peters as well as Schechter. Inside counter, and a nice play again this time. Number 26, Hector Yorba, stays at home. Helping out was Nick Peters from his cornerback position. So the movement went away, and then they countered with an inside handoff. Staying home nicely was the Riders' defense.
Way to get in there, Mike. Go, Hammer.
Joshua Drucker playing safety. Tate is back there as well on the near sideline. Cornerback Nick Peters on defense. Quick pass across the middle, and that is a high overthrown ball. Going up high was Bo Blankenship. Pass is incomplete. Third down now for the Redskins. Well, Fallbrook Redskins has good size on this team, and because of that, they've able to execute very successfully. But you got to give credit to the Poway Roughriders because they have really shut them down during this game. Quick pitch to Burke, trying to make it to the outside, and a huge defensive play. Number 81, Elliott Brown, able to bring down Matt Burke before he was able to turn the corner. And that, my friends, is a huge defensive play. That brings up 4th down and 10 for the Redskins as they start to stall at their 40-yard line. It's been very interesting during this game that these teams have moved between the 30-yard line markers. I don't believe any team yet has gotten past the 30-yard line. We are now under 1 minute to play in the third quarter, 44 seconds. Redskins 4th and 10, Melkus out wide. Back to pass. The rush is there, and there's a sack. Hector Yorba comes up with a huge sack against Andrew Atkins, and on that sack, the Roughriders will take over on downs. 38 seconds left in the third quarter. The sack puts the Roughriders in excellent field position at the 33-yard line. Handoff to Yorba. Yorba will pick up a couple. He's ridden down from behind by number 60, Blake Slover. For the Redskins, Court Hedrick is number 1, number 7, Andrew Atkins, Jesse Rothert, number 8, number 9 is Brian Melgard, Cameron Melkus, number 12, number 14 is Kerry Feltham, number 16 is Ryan Evans, 22, Clay McFerrin. Richard Dooley, 2nd down and 6, again to Yorba. Yorba's got some running room. He's on his feet. Yorba comes up nicely. Nice hole being made on the right side by the offensive line of the Roughriders, and that'll end the third quarter. No score. We are going into the final 10 minutes of this ball game. Poway Roughriders make the first down, and they are a yard away from punching it into the red zone. They are at the 21-yard line of the Redskins. Offensive line, Alan Schramm. Also out there is Jason Odermatt.
10 minutes on the clock.
And so for the referee, making sure that we've got accurate time, 10 minutes to go. This will be the first play of the second half. Fourth quarter. Hector Yorba crossing the line of scrimmage.
Guys, gotta come off. We're gonna get a penalty. We don't want to get a penalty. It's not worth 5 feet.
A pickup of 4 yards on the play. Richard Dooley comes in with the play. Other players on the Redskins: 24, Connor Lynch; 26, Gus Leffley; 28, Matthew Barton; Bo Blankenship, 32. Richard Dooley with the ball. Second down on the keeper. He is up and through for another first down. The Roughriders are now within scoring distance on that play. The offensive line is doing the job right now for the Roughriders. On the keeper once again, they'll pick up 2. And then Richard Dooley is stuffed back. He's trying to finish this lineup. Richard Mary at 34, Luke Vaught 36, 44, Matt Berg, Sean Flannery 50, Brandon Neal 52, 54, Dane Rodriguez, Jason Maltzby 55, Josh Sandberg is 56, 58, David Myers, Blake Slover number 60. Inside now, the 10-yard line. On a roll, the Roughriders. A handoff. There's a huge hole. 32, Joe the Bull Skowinski rumbles for another good, strong pickup of 5 yards. Third down and goal now at the 3-yard line. The offensive line is doing the job out there. Schramm, Odermatt, Carlson. On the opposite side, you've got Moffitt. You've got Brown. Handoff up the middle. Getting to the 1-yard line and then stuffed back. A good goal line stance right there by the Redskins. Fry, 63. Hodges, 66. Larson, 70. 76 Eldridge, 77 Bivens. Number 80 is Grind, Carey, Kite, 82, and number 92 is Yeoman. That is the entire team of the Redskins that is trying desperately to stop this machine now of the Roughriders. The Roughriders, no matter who the Redskins during this drive have put out on the field, and we've listed all the Redskins, they have not been able to stop the charging Roughriders. And you got to give credit right now, credit to the offensive line of the Poway Roughriders. They are controlling the line of scrimmage. They are opening the holes for Big Bull Skowinski, for Guy Richarduli, for anybody that touches that ball. This is a big, big play. Timeout called by the Poway Roughriders. 4th down and goal. Okay. 4th down and goal. Ball resting at the 1, maybe 1.5 yard line. Huge play right here. What are they going to call? Richard Dooley. Hands off to Yorba. He tries to punch it through. Yorba scores! Poway Roughriders. Hector Yorba slicing through on the right side. Punches it through. He finds the open lane behind the right side of the offensive line. And for the Poway Roughriders, they put the ball into the end zone. 7:36 in the 4th quarter. They go out in front 6-0. A fantastic drive by the Poway Roughriders, moving it down the field time and time again, on the ground, right inside the gut of the defensive line of the Redskins. Again, the offensive line is there, and now number 41, Butch Roach, who's got a strong leg, tries to put it in. The ball is down, it's up, it's good! 2-point conversion for Poway at 7:36 in the game, 4th quarter. Poway Roughriders out in front, 8-0. Butch Roach, who just made the extra point, he will kick off for the Roughriders. A nice boot by Roach. That'll take a hop, and that'll get by number 32, Blankenship. Blankenship will be brought down by 1, 2, 3 players. It was Tate who came up from behind, and for the Roughriders, they have got 77 yards to go to try and at least work towards tying this one up. So the Redskins will start at their 22-yard line, and they will have a heap of yardage that they've got to march down the field. They've got 7 minutes, 31 seconds to score. Quick pitch to Burke. Cuts it upfield. He's got some running room. Peters is there, as well as Andy Schramm. And on the ground is going to be Matt Burke. Matt Burke took a hit by number 95, Andy Schramm. And Burke is on the ground. And we're going to take an injury timeout. 8-0, Poway out in front of the Redskins. 7:16 left in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 3 for the Redskins. Ball resting near the 30-yard line. Ball comes in. It's handed off to number 32, Bo Blankenship. Atkins was hit as he was handing off, and the force of the hit actually pushed the ball into Bo Blankenship's hands. The Poway Roughriders defense playing strong, strong ball all game long. Roughriders, no strangers to success in a winning tradition. The Roughriders are the 2-time defending Palomar Conference champions. In the last 4 years, the Roughriders' record has been 38 wins and 3 losses. Up the middle, A big hole, trying to move it to the outside. He's still on his feet. Coming up from behind to make the play was Hector Yorba, but not before a big, big gain for the Redskins. A big, big gain for the Redskins. They find themselves at the 49-yard line. Atkins hands up the middle and finding no room and seeing a sea of green jerseys. 32 was there, Joe Skowinski. Also number 79, Kyle Allen. They have been busy, busy folk on that defensive line. Allen, Skowinski, as well as Sylvester. You also have Elliott Brown. Those are the big boys up front. A pass across the middle, another nice inside route taken by number 82, Kerry Kite. That's his second catch of the game. That's good for a first down, and the Redskins are on the move. 5:22 in this fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for the Redskins. They are at the 38-yard line now of the Roughriders. And the Redskins showing some of the flash that's made them so successful, and that's working the run and the pass. Atkins, he's shown it today. He has got a very strong arm. Atkins back to pass, throws a beautiful ball downfield. It's caught. Number 12, Cameron Melkus, takes a beautiful arcing pass by Atkins and comes up with a huge catch. Ball now resting at the 13-yard line of the Roughriders. Fallbrook can't get anything going on that play. That's done nicely by Michael Sylvester. He charges through the gap and is able to hang on. A loss of about a half a yard on that play. And we've got a timeout by the Fallbrook Redskins. 4:26 left in this game. 8-0 Poway Roughriders. Poway now, 2nd down and 10 from the 13.
Move up, Nick! Move up, Nick!
Back to pass, looking for the run now. He's going to take it himself, moving down, and he goes into the end zone. Andrew Atkins turns the corner, and Andrew Atkins goes into the end zone for touchdown. And into the end zone, Redskins. And on the play, number 95, Andy Schramm, is injured. Coaches on the near sideline stating a vicious clip against Andy Schramm, and evidence has that it might be correct. Looking to tie this game up. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. The ball was hiked. There was no chance for a kick as the ball scooted on the ground. And for the Poway Roughriders, they allow 6, but stay in the lead with that 2-point conversion off the kick of Butch Roche. Poway setting up for an onside kick. The ball comes onto the left side. That's a nice onside kick and a huge play by number 42, John Rote. That was a nice onside kick by the Redskins. There was only one Poway player on this near sideline, and it was up to John Rote to pounce on that ball, and pounce he did. 4:16 left in the fourth quarter. Poway Roughriders 8, Fallbrook Redskins 6. And for the Roughriders, if they can put together a drive like they had in that last series that got their touchdown, they can eat this clock up and win this game. Keeper by Richard Dooley trying to break it to the outside, and he's going to go out of bounds. And so for the Redskins, they win both times. No gain, and they stop the clock with 4:04 left. The Redskins have only one timeout left, and for the Roughriders, they are going to want to keep that ball inside, inbounds.
Come on, let's go, Green!
4:04. That does nothing for you when you run out of bounds like that. Second down and 8 now for the Roughriders. This time up the middle, Yorba finds a little bit of running room on the right side. He'll pick up 2 more, but most importantly, the clock continues to run. Third down and 6. Ball resting at the 45-yard line of the Roughriders. They must pick up a first down. They must pick up a first down to try and give themselves some cushion here. As a matter of fact, you start wondering what's going to happen. If they don't get the first down, you think you got to punt. You got to punt the ball. Keeper by Richard Dooley. He's looking for some running room, but there's a big defensive play by the big man himself, Brandon Bivens, number 77. They are calling for the punt team, and that, my friends, is the right call. And that's the last timeout now for the Redskins. And so when they get the ball back, they are going to have it with no timeout. 3:14 left in the fourth quarter. Poway Roughriders up by 2. And who would you want back to punt the ball? Well, last time, Hector Yorba able to send a 38-yard punt downfield. That's what he would love to do again. Push the Redskins back as far as they can go and make them march 70 or 80 yards in 3 minutes. This has been a very spirited game. And we told you, our super game of the week, and super it has been. Poway Roughriders and the Fallbrook Redskins coming into this game, each with a 7-1 record, each with the opportunity to move on and qualify for playoffs. This game definitely important for both teams. Roughriders, 2-time defending Palomar Conference champions, of a last 4-year record of 38-3, averaging 31 points a game, only allowing 4. And so 2 buzzsaw teams collide and knock a few teeth off each one's blade. Right now, teeth left has got the advantage to Poway. 3:14 left in the fourth quarter. The ball is down on the 44-yard line. Punt coming up. It's a handoff and an opportunity. There's a block. Making the turn is Peters. Can he pick it up? He is close, but he looks like he may be short. Oh my, oh my.
Defense, look at the clock. 3 minutes.
And it looks like with that much chain hanging down that they didn't make it. They are miss it by about a football and a half length, and so the defense of the Poway Roughriders must take over and do the job. Good defensive reaction by the Redskins. Redskins will take over. For the Redskins, Melkus out wide. Look for the quick pass. There it is across the middle. Melkus has got it. Melkus is going to go. No! Melkus, number 12, takes the ball and rumbles downfield. And with 2:54 left, Redskins pick up a big first down. At the 27-yard line. Clock ticking, 2:35. Redskins with the ball. Another quick pass. Another pass is caught, and he stays in bounds. Well, that's the key that you want with your defense right now. Keep the ball in bounds. Keep that clock running. Another nice pickup. Another nice pickup. Ball resting at the 18-minute mark. And the ball is given 2-minute warning, so there is a lot of hysteria going on both sides of the ball. Poway takes a timeout. And with 1:55 left in the game, Redskins on the Poway 15-yard line, and we'll be right back. Big defensive play right now 155. Actually, every play right now is a big defensive stance. Inside the red zone, Redskins utilizing the passing arm of Atkins. Quick pitch. Now it's going to be a throw. What's going to happen? Can it be intercepted? It is intercepted. Matt Burke was heavily pressured by Richard Dooley as well as Todd Shavrin. Matt Burke threw the ball downfield, and coming up with his second INT of the game is number 89, Joshua Drucker. And so the big defensive play, it was the rush coming in. It was Matt Drucker having to hurry up his throw in desperation. 3 men were around the receiver, and it was again Josh Drucker, number 89, coming up with his second crucial interception of the game. And now the Redskins have no timeouts left in this game, 1:34 and counting. And for the Poway Roughriders, keeping a good handle on the ball, can simply run out the clock by a series of kneels or keepers by the quarterback. Nothing fancy, no need to hand off. Richard Dooley will just simply hang on to the ball and will let this ball game run out. A hard-fought battle by Todd Shavrin, Tony Perez, Guy Richard Dooley, Nick Peters, Adam Schechter, Tyler Tate, Hector Yorba, Michael Sylvester, Jesse Harnish, Joe the Bull Skowinski, Ricky Kosiba, Butch Roach, John Rote, John Carlson, Corey Lehman, Zach Howell, A.J. Moffitt, Brad Carter, Lewis Dillard, D.J. Lepar, Kevin Daniels, Chris Lockwood, Kyle Allen, Elliott Brown, Jason Odermatt, Anthony Dillard, Joshua Drucker. He had the 2 big interceptions. Andy Schramm, Jeremy Dillard, Jordan Sorensen, Michael Olagi, and Dylan Pigeon. Delay of game by the Roughriders, and now 26 seconds away. This will be the last play of the game. Error-free ball this last snap, and the rest will be history. Poway moves the ball downfield. It's Hector Yorba punching the ball in, and then the strong leg of Butch Roach puts it through the uprights for 8. The Redskins came back on the scramble of Andrew Atkins, as well as his arm, puts the ball on his run into the end zone, and they got it to 6. A muff on the snap wasn't good, and we are down to the final 15 seconds of this game. For the Poway Roughriders, they will move to 8 wins and 1 loss. For the Redskins, 7-2. And the Poway Roughriders have defeated the stubborn Fallbrook Redskins. A final score after 4 quarters of play, the Roughriders 8, the Fallbrook Redskins 6. Congratulations to the entire coaching staff of the Roughriders, Guy Richard Dooley, the head coach, business manager Jeff Brown, and the assistant coaches Tony Richard Dooley, Paul Odermatt, Mark Skowinski, Guy Richard Dooley Sr., the team parent Mike Sylvester, coaches trainee Matt Vidosh, equipment manager Ed Hills, and the trainer Jay Schramm, and of course the entire parents and family and friends here today. What an exciting game. Again, Poway Roughriders 8, Redskins 6. And on behalf of George Langevin, Sports Video Productions, I'd like to thank you for watching today's Super Game of the Week. It's been a pleasure. Stay with us. We're coming right back with post-game interviews with the Poway Roughriders. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Williams. Welcome back to our post-game interview show. We've got the entire Poway Roughriders football team waiting to come on camera. We get a chance to meet each and every one of them a little bit closer, a little bit up more and personal. And we've got 3 of these talented athletes right here. Let's take a look and see who we've got here. Who are you?
Jason Odermatt, and I play left end on offense, tackle on defense, and nose guard on defense.
And you are?
Anthony Perez, and I play quarterback and safety. I am Kevin Daniels, and I play offensive right tackle and defensive nose guard.
Well, Jason, you're having another great season. What is it that you think that makes this team so darn successful year after year?
Teamwork.
Well, talk about teamwork. What is it that you think creates that teamwork on this team?
We don't fight.
You don't fight ever? You never fight at all?
No.
Who's the biggest troublemaker on this team?
Ricky.
Ricky? What does he do to cause trouble?
Acts like a fool.
What about your, you guys, when you're getting out on the field, when you're being introduced, can you hear your music out there?
Yeah.
Who put that together? Do you know it all?
No.
It is pretty cool, isn't it? There's not too many teams, by the way, that has their own music like the Poway teams do. What pumps you up to get you ready to play hard-fought football out there?
I don't know.
You just go out there and play?
Yeah.
You're not thinking about your little sister or little brother that's bugging you, or big brother, big sister?
No.
Okay. What do you hope to do during the rest of these games out here?
Win.
Of course. And how do you feel when you don't win? It doesn't happen very often, but how does that make you feel?
Bad.
Today you don't have anything to feel bad about. What's maybe the 1 or 2 plays out there on the field today that you feel good about what you did out there?
I don't know.
Come on, just think about a play out there.
I still don't know.
It happens so fast, it just goes right through you, huh? A man of few words, number 84, Jason Odermatt. Maybe few words, but big hits, good blocks, and part of the reason why this is a good team, and we're glad to be able to keep on there. One more thing, what's all the duct tape on your pants for?
To keep them up.
Have you ever had your pants fall down while running?
No.
Okay, all right, you're safe man then, okay? In the middle, we've got Tony Perez. Now, you did a couple things. You actually started as QB out there. What's the hardest position to play? Is it quarterback or one of the other skill positions?
I believe quarterback.
What's hard for you about playing quarterback?
You got to memorize all the plays, and you got to, depend on your lineman.
Hey, the lineman did very good. Let's hear it for the lineman. Hoo-hoo! Did a good job out there today, and calling plays as you do up there. How many plays do you have to memorize out there?
About, believe 30, 40.
30 or 40 plays. What is your all-time favorite play that you love the coach to call?
Power right 48.
Now tell me, what is that all about? What is that?
You have 2 running backs and a fullback over here. Then you have a guy behind you, and then you pitch him the ball and he runs.
And usually he picks up some big yardage?
Yeah.
Excellent. Now, besides quarterback, what positions do you play?
Other safety, silver.
Now, what did you think of the quarterback today, Atkins, number 7 for the Redskins? How do you rate him?
About 4.
He had a pretty good arm, though, and they kind of did some good job. Hey, you did a great job out there. We appreciated watching you play out there. On the far end, we have got Kevin Daniels. Right, Kevin?
Yeah.
Kevin, when you're playing, do you guys ever talk to the other players out on the other team? Were you talking to the Redskins players at all?
No, not really.
So you just go out there and do your job. Tell me what your responsibilities are when you're out on that field.
I have to block the other team away from the runner.
How do you know who your man is to block? Can you explain that whole sequence?
Usually the coach will tell me, or I'll block someone close to me.
So it's blocking the man closest to you. And what's your favorite play that you like to run? Do you have a favorite play?
Not really.
Okay. Now, you get a chance to play defense, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you think it's harder to be an offensive player or a defensive player?
Probably offense.
Why is that, Kevin?
Because, if you're on offense, you have to block, and that's pretty hard because they can get past you real easy.
Well, you're right. Well, you guys did a great job blocking out there. That was you guys opened up those holes for everybody that moved down the field. Congratulations on a great win, and, hey, keep it up, guys. Keep it up, all right? Thanks. Continuing our parade of superstar athletes, we have who?
Kyle Allen, number 79. I play guard and offense and tackle and defense. Corey Lehman, number 52. I play on defense tackle.
Guy Joseph Rashiduli, number 12, and I play quarterback on offense and inside linebacker on defense.
Let's start with you then over here, Kyle. You know, it's actually starting to get a little bit hot out here right now. Do you play best in cool weather, or does hot weather, does it bother you at all?
Doesn't bother me.
Have you ever puked out on the field in hot weather before?
No.
No, not at all? Hey, that's... You're not a puker at all? Tell me about the defensive line that you had to go up against today. You know, those were some actually pretty darn big athletes. What was your strategy to try and do your job out there?
Stay low.
Staying low, always good. Now, were you successful out there?
Mm-hmm.
What type of plays were working best out there today?
The 26 and running through the 6-hole and going to the outside.
It looked like a lot of the quick ones through the, you know, like the 6-hole and then on the other side, which is what? The other side?
5-hole and the cross bucks was good.
Absolutely. Why do you think those were working so well?
Because he had good blocking on the sides and on the cross bucks. I think they were faking out the defense.
Excellent. What is it, you know, I'm going to probably ask this question to at least one of the 3 players that I interview on each series, is that why is this team so darn good?
Mainly because we work together and we try to get better every single day.
Now, you know, at your age, though, sometimes that doesn't seem to be something that you can comprehend. Is that something that you hear from the coaches, or do you kids, you talk about it yourselves?
We hear it from the coaches, but we try to do our best every single day.
Well, you guys obviously practice and do that. What's the one thing in practice that you gosh darn hate?
Running, sprints and stuff to get in shape.
And who's the one that gets to get you guys to run sprints?
Well, it's coach, our head coach, but it's mainly because we need it because we're not exactly totally in shape yet.
Well, you guys are playing like you're in shape. You guys had a great game. You never give up. Corey Lehman in the middle. Corey, are you usually like just dead tired after a game like this?
Not really.
What do you like to do after a game? Now, you got the rest of the afternoon maybe just to hang out with friends or something. You have any big plans?
Not really. Just like go home, watch TV. Same thing.
What's the hardest piece of equipment that you have to put on for a game?
I would say putting your shirt over your shoulder pads because your shirts are like really, really small, so it's kind of hard to get it over both of them.
Now, do you get some help to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about taking off the different types of gear? What's the hardest thing to take off?
Nothing really. It's just pretty simple.
Now, you get this big pile of good, dirty, stinky clothes. What do you do with it?
Throw it in the dirty clothes hamper.
Now, you're never responsible for having to do laundry?
No.
Let's say that you were responsible, and they said, your parents said, hey, you guys, Corey, you got to do your own laundry today. You put your stuff in the laundry. How many cups of detergent would you throw in there to get it nice and clean?
I'd throw in a box.
That probably would do the job and then some. Good job. On the very end, we've got Guy Richard Dooley, kind of a multi-talented. Boy, it's kind of interesting positions you play, a QB and a linebacker. What position do you like to play best?
Quarterback.
Tell me about your quarterbacking style and what might be unique about it. What do you think is your strengths as a quarterback?
Not exactly today, but I pass good.
Now, when you say not exactly today, what was going on where the passing wasn't there today?
I don't know.
You know, they had a big team. They had big defensive linemen. The rush was probably pretty strong. But at the same time, you guys directed some great offensive drives with your running game, including yourself in some keepers.
Yeah.
Was that part of the game plan going in, or do you guys ever change the game plan throughout, depending on what's happening out there?
The coaches sort of make up a game plan during the game.
During the game, just to see how it goes. Now, do you wear anything on your wrist, or do you have to memorize every play, or how's that work?
I memorize it. I just go over, ask the coach what the play is, then go back and...
What's easier, memorizing plays or memorizing your homework for, like, math, for example?
Homework.
Really? Really? Okay. Now, what about as a student? Because, you know, good athletes, by the way, are usually very good students as well. What's your favorite subject in school right now?
PE.
Okay, all right. Now, isn't it kind of unfair? You probably play football once in a while in PE, don't you?
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of unfair? Do you ever think, or do kids ever tell you that it's no fair that you play because you're such a good Pop Warner football player?
No.
Never? All right. Enough said on that. And, of course, you've got some of the coolest-looking cleats I've seen anyway. Are those mid-top? Those are mid-tops, high-tops? What are those? Well, they've got the famous Nike Nike symbol on there, right? So is that because Nike is paying you big bucks to wear those?
My dad bought them for me.
Well, let me ask you, if Nike was going to say, hey, guy, we want to pay you money to wear those, how much would you charge? How much would you want Nike to pay you?
Lots.
Per shoes, per pair, $1,000.
$1,000 per pair, and you wear a new pair every season. So you're going to make like, you know, $7,000, $8,000. What would you do with $7,000 or $8,000?
Save for a car.
Cool. Now let's say you saved up enough. What type of car would you want?
A Ferrari.
Oh, big dreamers, big dreamer. Okay, I'm sure you can get there, whether it's your talent or your school academic abilities. You guys are there. Great game, all three of you, and continue on the winning tradition, right? All right, thanks a lot, guys. We've got a whole host of talent on this Roughriders team, and you are?
Nick Peters, number 14. I play safety, running back, linebacker, and any other position.
Michael Sylvester, 28. I play nose guard and running back.
Todd Chavin, number 9. I play running back, linebacker, and safety.
Let's start with you right here. Let's take a look at your elbow here. Now, any other? Did this happen in a game today?
Yeah, that one, this one, and on my knee.
Man, oh man! So, tell me about this. I mean, how is it bumping into people? Is it the ground or what?
It's the field. Our field is not that good.
Got to have a lot of tough spots to it. So, what are you going to do? How do you go home and fix all this stuff up?
Just leave it.
Just leave it?
Yeah.
It looks like that'll probably get a pretty good scab on it there.
Yeah.
You ever get yelled at for picking at your scabs?
Nope.
You don't pick at scabs?
Mm-mm.
Good man. All right. So now you were on this team last year, right?
Actually, for 5 years.
For 5 years. So you were like a seasoned veteran. So when you have someone that's brand new on the team, what would you tell someone the first day of August that they're just starting out? What would you tell them what to expect during the next season of football?
Expect probably a lot of hard running and a bunch of hitting and tackling and getting in shape.
So what about you remembering your very first time playing football? Can you remember the very first time you had pads on and you hit somebody?
Yeah.
What come to mind? Think about that. What was going through your mind when you first put your pads and stuff on?
I just hope I don't get killed.
Well, obviously you didn't, because you're sitting right here and with us, Nick. And you've survived all these years, and have you played pretty much the same positions throughout those 5 years?
Yeah, like first day of practice, Coach Tony says that I'm a good safety. So I started out safety, then I went to backup quarterback, then I went to running back, then I went to linebacker, and so on.
Well, you were out there today with Mr. Atkins, number 7 on the other team. He had a pretty good arm. What was it that you guys were having to work on to try and keep his passing game?
Behind the receivers. Don't let them go behind you.
They had some pretty good-sized receivers, but you guys did the job, and that's all that counts. Congratulations on a good game for you. Michael Sylvester, you're a nose guard. Weren't you out there today?
Yeah.
You're right at the anchoring that defensive line, and you're having to put up with some pretty good guys. What is it like trying to tackle that 44 Matt Burt guy?
Everybody piles up on you because he's hard to get down.
So you're maybe tackling him first, and you got 3 or 4 guys on him?
Yeah.
So he actually is a big guy. Is he possibly one of the bigger running backs you've had to face this season?
We played bigger, much bigger.
Really? So it looked like what I was seeing there is that as long as you guys were able to keep dominating that line of scrimmage, he was having a hard time getting started. He really only had a couple, not even big runs, but just some good chunks. But for the most part, you guys were able to stuff him. Did you guys talk about how to stop their running attack during the regular the week of practice?
Yeah.
What was your attack, for example? What were you supposed to be doing on the line today?
Cover both A gaps.
The A gaps, right?
And yeah.
How do you know? Because you're responsible for both A gaps on the side of the center. How do you know which gap is going to go? How do you decide I should cover this gap or the left gap?
You don't decide. You kind of look in the backfield and see where they're going, and then you quickly go to that gap.
So it's basically your reading, then, is what it is. And most times, do you read correctly?
Mostly, yeah.
Okay, good job out there. And at the very end, we've got Todd Chavin, number 9, right? Are you also a surfer, also, by the way?
No.
You don't surf at all?
No.
Well, who gives you the Wavelines hats?
My mom.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, do you play any other types of sports, Todd?
Baseball and wrestling.
Wrestling, really? Well, boy, oh boy, that's an interesting sport. At school?
Yeah, and a separate league.
Okay, really. What techniques do you think are similar between wrestling and football? Any at all?
Actually, it's very similar.
Really? Please tell me how it's similar.
Like if you're going to tackle a guy, you need to stay low, and it's all the same, pretty much.
Well, what do you think is a tougher sport in regards to, let's say, first of all, there's two things I'll ask you. Getting in shape. Is it tougher to get in shape for football or tougher to get in shape for wrestling?
Probably football.
Okay. And then just overall, the amount of energy that you have to give out on a football field compared to on a wrestling mat. Same? Which one might be more?
Football.
And who plays more dirtier, a wrestler or another football on the other team?
Football.
So would you, if you had to flip a coin, or not even flip a coin, if you had to choose, could you say, well, I like football, I like wrestling better? Which one? Do you like one better at all?
Probably football.
Okay, all right. So football is your life. Well, guys, you did a great job out there today. And any injuries to report? Are you okay out there?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. What about injuries versus wrestling? Have you ever been injured in wrestling before?
Never really bad. Actually, just one time I fell on my head and I was rushed to the hospital. But
oh, but that was just nothing. So now you got to tell us about that. What happened? Are you okay?
Yeah.
So you landed on your head, and what was the prognosis by the doctor? You got a thick head, so it was okay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, guys, you did great. What a great sense of humor and good-looking guys. Hey, you know, who do you think's the best-looking cheerleader on your squad there?
His sister.
What's your sister's name?
Kelly.
Kelly? You think Kelly's pretty cute looking?
I don't know.
Okay, all right, okay. Thanks, guys. Good job. Stay here. We are back. 3 more talented Roughriders, and you are who?
Ricky Kosiba, and my number's 40, and I play running back, safety, and sometimes wide receiver.
My name's Andy Schramm. I'm number 95. I play offensive tackle and defensive end.
My name's Joe Skowinski. I'm number 32. I play outside linebacker, most defensive line, and running back.
All right. Well, let's start with you over here, Ricky. Now, it looks like, do you have bruises under your eyes? Is that what all that is?
No.
What is that?
War paint.
War paint. Now, I would think the Redskins would have war paint, but you guys put the war paint on too?
Yeah.
How hard is that stuff to stay on?
It's not hard.
Well, who puts it on, by the way?
My dad.
You know, I put it on one time, and I had that stuff all over my hands and my face, everything I touched. Do you ever get that all over this place?
No.
Okay, it just stays right there. What do you think the purpose of that stuff is?
Just to get the sun glare out of your eyes.
You know what? You actually could probably do it all around your eyes and wear it for Halloween on Sunday, huh? Are you going to go trick-or-treating on Sunday?
Yeah.
So are you going to dress up?
Yeah.
What are you going to dress up as?
Scream with the
bleeding face.
A bleeding face, so. Just not the scream face, a bleeding face. So what is your tactic in regards to getting candy? How can you maximize and get the most?
Go to the same house twice.
Ooh. Have you ever gone to the same house twice and they said, weren't you here before?
Yes.
Ah, and you deny it?
Yes.
Ah. Now, what type of bag do you use for candy?
Any kind of bag I can find.
I know, but do you use, is it you know, some people use pillowcases, some people use, do you have one of those little plastic jack-o'-lantern ones?
No. I use a pillowcase last.
Pillowcase is good. And what is this on your arm here now? Let's hold this up here, because I see a heart, and is it Chalky?
Chucky.
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 Now, who is Chucky?
My friend.
Is it a girlfriend? Is it a friend that's a girl?
Yes.
And it has hearts on each side. So obviously this is a person that did you dedicate the game to her today? Is she here today watching the game?
No.
How do you pronounce her name?
Chucky.
Is that a nickname?
Yeah.
What's her?
Her name's Jackie.
Oh, okay. So if I asked Jackie, I said, you know, Jackie, what do you think of Ricky as a football player? How would you think she would describe you?
I don't know. I'm not her.
You don't think she would say, oh, he is
good looking?
Okay, that's my man. Yes, and I would agree with that you are good looking. We got Andy Schramm, who plays offensive line and defensive end. And, you know, we talked about it at the beginning of the game, and you guys, I guess, weren't too intimidated. They had some pretty big guys on that team. How was it going up against that team compared to maybe some of the other teams you played this year?
Well, we
we've never been bigger than a team before.
So you're used to that.
Yeah.
So then if you're not bigger, what are the strengths of this team that make you so successful?
Well, we're really fast and we get low.
Staying low, you'll win every time. You're right, absolutely. What about how you feel physically after a game? Because this was a well-fought, battled, physical game. How do you feel right now?
Like, happy.
You feel happy, but are you tired? Do you have sore muscles?
Well, I'm a little bit tired.
But not enough to maybe go out. Do you ever go hang out, like you guys play video games afterwards or what?
Yeah, we play video games.
Do you have a favorite video game you like to play?
Blitz?
Yeah. Is it the new version?
No,
Okay.
it's 99.
Now that's pretty new out there. So now if you're not playing football, and let's say you're not even going to school, you're just hanging out and you're at your house, you have anything that you'd like to do? You watch TV or what?
No, I just hang out.
Just hang out. Now, do you have a skateboard?
Yeah.
Do you ride it a lot?
No.
You're a smart guy. You know how many guys get injured on skateboards?
A lot.
A lot of people do, so stay off the skateboard. As we go forward, do you know who you're playing next? It's Vista, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you travel to Vista?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like to play here, or do you like to go travel to other places?
Well, I like to play at other places sometimes, and I like because they have like way better fields than this.
What's the best field that you can remember this year that you've played on?
Like Carlsbad maybe, or San Diego because they played on a high school field.
That's right. San Diego plays on the high school field there. Very good. And of course, you'll come back here and continue and hopefully make the playoffs. So good luck to you. And we have Mr. Skowinski, Joe. Now you've got some duct tape. What's the duct tape going on there for?
To hold up the pads, because this side is like a little bit looser than the other, so the pad sticks out.
Mm-hmm.
So I put the duct tape so it holds it up.
Do your pants usually last an entire season for you?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're out there, and whether it's defense or offense, you're always around the ball. Do you like playing offense or defense better?
I like defense better.
Can you tell me why?
Because you could also do a little bit of offense if you make an interception or a fumble, and you get to hit people a lot more.
You're right. Now, have you had any recoveries? Have you recovered any fumbles this season at all, or maybe even just in your career?
My career probably around 3 interceptions, and I caused a fumble this year. And
how did you cause the fumble this year?
The quarterback was going back, and they told me to go through the A gap, so I knocked the center over, and it hit the quarterback, and the ball fell out.
You guys did a pretty good job of staying home today. Did your coaches talk a lot about that during this past week of practice? Or is that something you guys just do all the time?
They talked about that, but they mostly wanted us to cover our gaps.
And you did. Covering those gaps was important because Matt Burke, the big number 44 guy, he just really never got going. There was just a couple small times, but other than that, he hit that gap, and you guys were plugging him very nicely. And what did Coach say to you guys at halftime, though?
He told us that we should cover our gaps better, and we need to get the blocking on. And said that the backs should be blocking a little more than the linemen should.
Well, you guys came together and went down, marched down, scored, and, of course, held on defensively. Great, great game. I think you guys feel very proud, and just keep on the winning tradition. You guys got one built here. Does anybody ever come up to you in school, or do they all know that you play for the Roughriders?
Most people know I do. I know I do, but usually my friends call me Bull when I'm there.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Now, how did that come about?
When we were in practice about 2 years ago, I just had a great couple weeks, and my coach wanted to give me a nickname, so he said he gave me the nickname Bull.
Great. Yeah, absolutely. Good job, guys. Congratulations on a great win, and we'll hope to see you as you move toward the playoffs, huh? We are continuing our interview process of the Poway Roughriders. No, how about Roughriders, right? Who are you? I'm going crazy here.
Elliot Brown, my number is 81. I play outside linebacker on defense and right tight end on offense.
My name is William Roach, and my number is 41, and I'm the kicker, and sometimes I am a receiver.
My name is Hector Yorba, and I'm number 26, and I play running back and outside linebacker.
Let's start with you, Elliot. What the heck is a Rough Rider? Do you know?
Like on the shirts, it's like a guy riding a horse with a cowboy hat on.
I would think so. It's some sort of cowboy, right?
Yeah.
So what would be the strengths of a Rough Rider as they compare to like being a football player? Anything?
Rough Rider has a gun.
Ooh, well, you guys got guns. Let me see your guns, by the way. Here, let me see your guns. Flex your gun. Check that gun out. That is a gun. Now, check I remember my son playing football, and he would always get these bruises right here. Where do these bruises come from right around here?
I don't know, and I got one like back here, too.
Oh, my. Jorge, you got to get this. This is the best all-time bruise I've ever seen in my life.
I've had a lot worse.
You've had worse than that one there?
Oh, yeah.
Holy moly. Let's see your other arm. Look at your other gun here.
Not that bad.
There's nothing. That's a wimpy one. Yeah, I want to see this one again, though. Now, how long does it take for that thing to heal?
Pretty long time. It usually takes, if we have like a bye week or something that it doesn't heal it, or usually they stay till after the season, then they heal.
So did this happen today, or has that been around for a while?
That's been around for a while.
Holy moly, boy, I tell you, that is sacrificing your body, which you guys do out there. And, you know, when you play football, do you hear the fans on the sidelines? Do you hear your mom and dad?
Sometimes.
How about today? Because people were rocking and rolling today.
Kinda.
You kind of just heard it? When did you know you guys were going to win this game? Really?
When when Josh made the interception, and when Butch kicked the 2 extra points.
Absolutely. What a great feeling that was. As a matter of fact, we got the guy right in the middle here that did that, and that is Mr. Roach, right?
Yeah.
Where did you get this strong leg? I've never seen someone your age have the strength in your leg.
Well, I like to ride my bike up hills and over to my friend's house, and they usually live far away, so it takes me a while to get there.
Now, how long have you been a kicker or playing that position?
3 years.
Okay, so you're really well experienced. And I would think at this point in time, as you continue, you probably have got a spot on your varsity football team, right?
No.
You don't think so?
Well, yeah.
When you get that age, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you first started playing football, that first year, were you a kicker then too?
Yeah.
Do you play soccer at all?
I used to.
Okay. Do you think that helps you at all? And how did it help you?
Well, like soccer, I kick my field goals in my kickoff soccer style. So, and I played soccer for 6 years before I played football. So I was really used to kicking it like that.
So do you think playing soccer, because, you know, when you think of all the professional and all the collegiate and high school place kickers, they kick soccer style. I mean, there must be something, the fact that soccer technique, that swing of the foot through really gives you a good help then.
Yeah.
Well, were you taught that, or did you just learn it yourself?
I was taught that.
Now, who taught that to you?
Probably my first soccer coach.
Now, since you've been playing football, though, has anybody worked with you regarding your style of soccer kicking?
Yeah. Coach Matt has worked on me this year.
And what are the things that you work on as a kicker?
How I place my foot before I kick it.
And just tell me about, in general, what's the most important? How do you place the foot?
I have to place it like going straight, because if I place it out, then it's going to go that way. It just depends where I place my foot.
Have you ever tried a field goal this season?
Yeah. Twice.
Have you made any of them?
No.
What was the longest distance that you've tried to make?
I don't know.
Pretty far out there. You got a great kick. Now, people tell me that on kickoffs, when you really get all of it, you can put it in the end zone. Is that true?
Yeah.
Man, oh man, that is great. Well, keep up the great work. And of course, we have right next to us Hector Yorba, who behind the great blocking of your offensive line was able to get right in there into that end zone and punch it out. Can you tell me about the play?
That felt good.
Well, when they called your number in that play in the huddle, did you think, this is my chance to put it in the end zone?
Kind of.
Is that a play that you guys run a lot down in that close to the goal line?
Yeah.
What are some of the other goal line plays that you guys try and run down there?
33, quarterback sneak, and that's it.
Well, you only needed one play today, and you got it in there. What was the feeling? Did you know that you had made it across the end zone?
No.
So when did you know that you were successful of punching it in?
Till the ref blew his whistle.
So you're just wondering how far you got, and you just kept churning the legs until you couldn't go any farther.
Mm-hmm.
How hard is it to be able to run into a pile of athletes like that? What are you worried about when you've got the ball and you're running into and you really don't see an opening, but you know you got to try and make one? It must be all natural instinct then to you, huh? How did you get to be such a good runner? You've been doing this now for how long? Because last year I know you were here.
4 years.
4 years. Always been a running back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you got it made. Do you play other positions, though?
Outside linebacker.
Now, which one? Well, see, that's great because you can learn the containment on the outside linebacker side of it, and also you understand what you have to try and do to get by. Has being an outside backer also helped you as a running back, learning how to be a better running back, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's great, guys. You guys are great. Now, what's this about? Are you planning on going to Nebraska?
No.
So, just a hat that you were given that you wanted, that you got for a birthday? What?
I like the football team.
Why do you like the Nebraska Cornhuskers?
Because they're good.
They are good. Anybody in particular that you really like to watch?
No.
Just the whole team is a good winning team. Kind of like you guys, huh? You guys probably one day will probably have your own hats that'll have a R on there for Roughriders. Do you have those yet?
No.
Some guy says yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's okay. And then someday some kid will want to come up and ask you for your autograph on the cap, right? Good. Hey, congratulations on the win, guys. Keep it up, guys. Keep it up. Beautiful day here in Poway. Actually, it's getting a little bit hot. We still have some great athletes we want you to meet, so stay with us. You are who?
Josh Strucker, I'm number 89, and I play safety and wide receiver.
My name is John Road. I play offense and defensive tackle and sometimes running back.
My name is Tyler Tate. I play safety and sometimes wide receiver.
Let's start with you over here, Mr. Drucker, Mr. Two-interception man today. Tell me about these things, you know. I mean, you had a good defensive day today. First of all, talk about, now serious now, the quarterback, number 7, Andrew Atkins, on a scale of 1 to 10, what did you think of his passing arm?
9.
He was pretty good. Thank you. I mean, he was darn good, but you guys were a little bit better. You picked off 2 passes, so tell me about each one of them. The first one, can you remember, by the way? Can you visualize this in your mind and what happened today?
I don't know.
Well, you ended up with the ball in your hands both times. What about the first time? Well, I'll tell you what happened is that he had a man downfield and you stepped in the lane and you just picked that one off. Then the last one, which was the most exciting, you closed the game down with it. So it actually, if you remember, is Matt Burke took the handoff and it was a halfback option. Did you realize what was happening in that backfield?
Yeah, I saw him go like this, so I took a step back, and then Guy Joseph hit him. So when he threw it, it was like all wobbly, and I caught it.
Now the ball's coming down to you. It's coming down to you. What are you thinking about as the ball's about to get into your chest?
I just wanted to catch it.
Well, absolutely you did, and then, of course, the rest is history. Now, you've had 2 interceptions. Any other interceptions this year at all?
Yeah.
So you've had some success back there. What is it, your responsibility as a safety? I mean, what are you supposed to be doing? Just tell me about your responsibilities both for run and pass.
You're not supposed to let anybody behind you, and you...
Well, when do you know and when do you commit yourself that it's a run?
When the running back goes past the line of scrimmage.
Okay. And other than that, it's always think pass?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you've been a veteran Rough Rider for how long?
Rough Rider for 3 years.
Wow. So what's it like? Do people know, do your friends know how good a team you guys are?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have friends on other Poway teams or other Pop Warner teams around that when you say you're a Rough Rider, they know that you're a pretty good team?
Yeah.
Do you guys play, do you have rivalries with any other team? Is there any teams when you play that you go like, you know, we just don't like these guys very much?
Carlsbad, Marietta, and Penasquitos.
Penasquitos. I won't tell you that I live in Penasquitos, but you guys, did you actually go to the Mount Carmel high school game with Poway? Do you ever go to the Poway games?
Yeah. I didn't go to that one, though.
Which one?
We went to one, the one where they played Carlsbad.
Cool. So why is it that you don't like Carlsbad?
Because they beat us.
Okay. Right. All right. I could see that that's something that you wouldn't want to admit then. Now, Mr. Rohn, I heard at the end of the game, Coach Richard Dooley was giving you some praises. He was saying that you were the man that was the blocking lineman to help get Hector into the end zone. What is it that you do so well? Why is it you're such a great blocker? Tell me about it.
Because I'm fast and I get to them quick and they don't know I'm there.
Have you been playing that position for a while now?
No. This is only my second game at that position.
Really? Now, in regards to how long have you been playing football for?
5 years on the same team.
Right, so you've been around, but they put you on this offensive position here. Now, what do you think about it? When the coach first told you that he wanted you to play, what was your reaction?
I was kind of happy because I was going to be on green offense no matter what.
Pretty awesome. And when you score, let's say you rate yourself 1 to 10, 10 being great, how do you rate your blocking today out there?
8.5.
Good. Well, you guys were really successful on that line. Do you remember the number of the athlete that you were having to go up against most of the time?
55 and 60.
Were they pretty tough out there today?
Yeah,
So who was tougher, 55 or 60?
60.
Okay. You ever get mad out there? Did you ever try and get really mad and just knock those guys on their behinds?
Yeah.
Did you do it today?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. On the end, we've got who I know as Tyler Primetime Tate. Now, first of all, do you wear that during the game, by the way?
Yeah.
Really? Now, that could be controversial. Does the referees, have they ever asked you to take that out before you play a game?
Last year they did, but this year he saw it. He just said that you can keep it for the rest of the game.
Okay, cool. That's great. Now, why do they call you Primetime?
I don't know, probably because I get a lot of picks.
Now, I heard that you had 6 interceptions this season. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Somebody else, I can't remember the guy's name. Primetime, number 21. Anybody come to mind?
Deion Sanders.
Yeah. Did you happen to see him play last Sunday?
No.
How about the highlights? Did you see the highlights at all? Because he ran back, was it a kickoff or a punt for a touchdown? Do you ever do any type of strutting when you're going for a TD?
No, because it's taunting and you get in trouble.
That's true. So, but let's say that in Pop Warner that you could go ahead and celebrate in the end zone. Have you ever thought of what type of celebration dance you'd do?
I'd spike it in their face. Like, I do as dance as I could.
Okay. Stand up and let me see you do a celebration dance right now. Let's say you just scored. Tyler scores. Ooh. Okay, have a seat. Not too shabby. I can see why they call you prime time out there. What is it that you do best when you're out on the football field? Is it playing offense or defense or what?
Well, Coach says I'm a good leader, so when we're playing a big team, he puts me in captain, and I usually get people pumped up and stuff.
How do you get people pumped up, Tyler?
I yell at them, and we scream our chant and stuff like that.
What's your chant that you scream?
1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 4, 2.
1, 2, 3,
4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4. Who are we going to play for? We're going to play for Roughriders.
The captain say it and then the players repeat it.
Okay, I heard that. Now, you were captain today?
Yeah.
You go out, and what does it feel like when you're out there introducing yourself to the other team that you know that you have to go out there and beat today? Kind of weird at all? Do you guys look at each other and glare or snarl or spit at you guys?
No, it's just good sportsmanship. And
do you think that's important to have good sportsmanship?
Yeah. If you don't, then you have a penalty.
You're right. You're right. Well, you guys did a great job out there today. All of you completed and added to the victory. Go home and enjoy yourselves, because guess what? Next week you get to start practice all over again for Vista, right? Good job, guys. Good job out there. We are back with you, and we've got 3 of the superstar Roughriders. You are?
Michael Alagi, and I play left offensive end.
AJ Moffitt, my number is 54, and I play right guard, and I am a sub for both the tackles on defense.
Adam Schechter, I play running back and safety.
Let's start with you over here, Michael. Now, how fast can you get out of your shoulder pads? Because I'm going to time you right now, so you get ready, okay? Get ready, because you're going to take your shoulder pad. Don't start yet, okay? I'm going to tell you, on your marks, get set. You got to take it all the way off, okay? Set. Go. 11 seconds. 11 seconds. You could keep your shirt off if you want. Okay, all right. You don't want to show your muscles off? Hey, do you lift weights at all yet? No. Okay, so how do you get to be so muscular?
Just working out.
Okay, let's see your guns too. I want to see the guns. Oh, he's got some. You got some bruises here and there, and you guys all got these big guns here. I can't believe it. I think you got them bigger than I do. 6 caliber. When you say working out, go through a typical practice with me. What are the things that you do at a normal practice that you have to work out at?
Well, first we'll start off with some relays, or not relays, but we like do heel clickers and stuff from one line to another.
then the silver offense and the 7-on-7 will go apart, and we'll just practice some like silver offense plays and maybe a few net cracker drills. And then after that we have a water break, and we pretty much stopped doing a night in the box. So now we're doing sprints, which they're about probably half the field we play on, run back and forth about 10 times.
It sounds like you guys really work hard to get in shape. Now, how old are you?
I'm 13.
You're 13, so you're an older lighter, is that right?
Yeah.
I remember when my son played, he played a lot as an older lighter. Do you think that gives you a little bit of an edge when you go up against other teams that don't have that?
Yeah, I think it does.
Yeah, what would be the advantages?
Well, I'm older, so I have a lot of strength, yet I'm smaller, and that way I can get under them and pick them up and drive them better, and that's pretty much it.
What about just overall experience, and how do you feel comfortable out there?
Yeah, I feel comfortable because I know I'm not going to get seriously hurt if I do the plays right.
Do you ever come onto a field and have like butterflies in your stomach? Do you ever feel nervous before a game?
Yeah, especially when you throw a silver offense out first. Especially when it's also big people like the people we just played today.
They were pretty big, but you guys all did great, and you guys, you know, it's so fun to be able to call your game and to be able to talk to you afterwards. And it's AJ, right? AJ, you know, you're also known as what's called a pulling guard. Tell me about what a pulling guard does.
He, well, basically when you call like a 48, two of the backers would line up on the 8-hole, and then when the quarterback hikes the ball, I would pull, and then I would run to the outside, then I would run to the 8-hole and basically block whoever I see first.
Now, usually a pulling guard has some fun because a lot of times if you do it right, they don't even see you coming. Have you ever really laid into someone and they didn't even know you were coming at them?
Yeah.
Were you doing some pulling stuff out there today?
Once.
Yeah, it didn't look like you were doing that because the strategy was a little different today out there. But when you do pull and that hole is left open, who was supposed to fill your gap there? When you
John Carlson, our center.
Oh, okay, so the center does that.
There's a guy lined up in the A gap, then he has to either cut him or try to block him before he gets to the gap.
Maybe you can answer this question for me. You know, when I'm watching pro football and they've got a shot of the offensive line. They're actually looking at the line of scrimmage, and you see the offensive guys doing this. What are they doing out there? Do you know?
They're basically telling the other linemen who don't know who to block.
Okay. How do you know how to block? Who are you supposed to block? How do you know?
Basically, the guy in your gap. Okay. Like you're supposed to block down on most of the plays.
Okay.
And so if there's a guy in the A gap, then you block in the A gap.
You know, it really sounds like you know what the heck you're doing out there. Does anybody ever come up to you to ask you questions like that? Like, who am I supposed to block?
Yeah.
And you know all times? Well,
yeah.
How'd you get to be such a smart offensive player?
Because I practice a lot, and I've basically been playing the guards for 4 years.
So it's something you feel really comfortable with, and do you hope to continue to play? Do you really feel comfortable playing that position?
Yeah.
Well, you do a great job out there. We've got number, is it 70? 17. Adam, your dad's voice sounds familiar. Why is that? He sounds familiar. Does he announce up there at all?
Yeah.
So he's the voice of the Roughriders?
Yeah.
I thought so. So have you ever thought about doing something like that as you get older? Announcing things?
No.
So rate your dad as an announcer. Does he do a pretty good job?
Pretty good.
He does a pretty good job, huh? I think so. I mean, it's pretty tough to be able to call those plays out there. Now, do you ever hear your dad while you're out on the field playing?
Yeah, he talks too loud.
Okay, so he talks too loud, but we got to be able to hear him. But let's say you were his voice coach, okay? What would you tell your dad that he needed to improve on?
Get the names right.
I tell you what, that is the hardest job, and I know you're just kidding with him right now. Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about, can you turn, I just got to see the hat there, because I got to see what it is. NYJ is what?
New York Jets.
Okay. What's going on with the New York Jets right now?
They're doing pretty bad.
Yeah, you know, it's disappointing, but they got a great coach. What do you think of their coach they've got, Purcell's?
He's really good.
Now, Purcell's is known as a very tough coach, by the way. He doesn't take, crap from anybody. How does Coach Richarduli compare? Is he a tough coach too?
Yeah.
So what do you think when you think of him? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Running.
He likes to run you guys. Does he ever get mad? Does he ever yell at you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Pretend like you're Coach Richard Dooley, okay? In your best imitation of his voice, I want you to yell at these guys like he might do if you guys were screwing around.
No, because then he'll yell at me.
Okay, you're a smart guy. You're a smart guy. You guys are, you know, you have to enjoy a team like this because it doesn't come along very often that you can enjoy such a winning tradition and win time and time again. And it's a pleasure to talk with you guys. Good luck as you go on, all right? Okay. All right. Back with you, and we've got a special treat for you right now because it's not too often that I can fill 3 seats in a row with brothers, all on the same team, mind you, and we've got them right here. This is the Dillard boys. So let's start. Who are you?
Anthony Dillard, Lewis Dillard, Jeremy Dillard.
Now, which one is the oldest? Raise the hand if you're the oldest. Okay, and who's the youngest? Okay, so now how did you guys, let's start with you. How did you guys all start playing football? Did you all start the same year?
No, we didn't start the same year.
Okay. So your older brother started, and then you came on board next?
Yeah, they started last year, and this is my first year playing.
Oh, really? Now, had you been playing any other sports prior to this?
Yeah, I've been playing baseball.
Uh-huh. Now, what do you know, when they talk about baseball playing, they say that to be a good baseball player, you need to be able to hit the ball, to be able to catch the ball and run the bases. What are the 3 things that you've learned this year that it takes to be a good football player?
Probably running, blocking, and tackling.
Now, which one do you do best, do you think?
Probably running.
Okay. Well, running is definitely important in football. Now, do you like to run, period?
Sometimes. It depends on my mood.
Are you a moody player?
Yeah.
Sometimes you're in the mood, sometimes you're not?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, that sometimes happens, but the key is that you got to go out there, as they say, and win one for the Gipper. Have you ever heard that phrase, win one for the Gipper?
Yes.
What does that mean to you?
Probably, I'm not really sure.
I don't even know really what it means either. I think it just means to try your best. You usually try your best out there?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad. Now, you got in the middle, you got Lewis Dillard. Lewis, now you don't have to just tell me. Of the 3 brothers, who's the best football player?
Oh, him.
Really? Really? So you're actually not going to say yourself? That's pretty cool. I'm impressed with that because I really thought that you were going to kid around with me and say that you were the best. So what makes your brother a better football player?
Well, we call him the pig because...
You call him the pig?
Because he, when, like in practice and when he's on the field, he's going, wait.
No. Well, okay, I'll get to that in a minute. I will definitely get to that in a minute. Now, do you guys have any nicknames at all?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Who? I'm Stubby. He's Grubby.
I'm Grubby, and he's
and I'm Scrubby.
Stubby?
Grubby.
And Scrubby.
Okay, all right. Now, has anybody ever mentioned to you and come up to you and said, Lewis, your dimples are really cute?
No.
My mom. Your mom does. Okay, well, she doesn't count right now. I meant like your girl, like the cheerleaders.
Oh.
Michelle thinks you have cute dimples? Is Michelle cute? I don't know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
If you were going to ask one of them out today to go to the prom, who would it be?
Michelle?
Michelle? Who would you ask?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you know who you'd ask?
Me? Oh, I would ask Ricky's brother, Jill.
Okay.
Ricky's sister.
Ricky's sister, Jill, right. Okay. Let me talk to you about this oink, oink, snort, snort stuff. Now, do that again for me. Now, what is that? Is quite bizarre. What is that about?
I don't know. One time I was at a sleepover at my friend's, and he just started doing that, and I just tried it, and I guess I was good at it.
Now, have you ever done that to try and psych out your opponents on the field? Have you ever done that, like, to one of the other football team players?
Not at the other football team players. I've done it at practice before.
You know, actually, you might try that because they might think you're so wacko that they'd be afraid of you out there. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm taking. You know, talking about sleepovers. Do you guys ever get together as teammates and have sleepovers at all?
No.
I was invited to one with Carlson, me, Sorensen, and Tony Perez.
Mm-hmm.
And those are all football players.
Okay. Now, do you guys all sleep in the same room?
Me and him sleep together.
Okay.
Well, not sleep together, but we sleep in the same room. And he sleeps with our stepbrother, Craig.
Okay. Now, you guys sleep in bunk beds or individual?
He sleeps in a bunk bed, and we sleep in a twin bed.
Okay, and then you sleep on the top or bottom of the bunk bed?
Bottom.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, you know, the Dillard brothers, I mean, we'll watch these guys go throughout. You know, it could be that you guys get into a football career, you know, and you'll be known as the Dillard brothers that go, you know, on the pro football teams. That'd be pretty cool. So anyway, thank you guys for spending time with me. It's always a treat to have three brothers on the same team, especially to interview them. Good luck to you guys going up to Vista, and just have a great season the rest of the way, all right? All right. We are back, winding down on the roster as we go up higher. It means we get close to the end of the team, but not by any means the reason anything more than you guys have big numbers. You have big number 97. And your name is?
Jordan Sorensen. Brad Carter. Chris Lockwood.
Let's start with you. Now, tell me about, you didn't get a chance to play because you had a dislocated elbow. Now, did that happen during a football game or practice?
Happened during practice.
Now, tell me about what happened, can you?
It was on punt, and Coach Paul told me to go far right. And so I went out, and they kicked the ball, and I went to the right of Joe, then went to spin around him. And I slipped in the middle of my spin, and I fell down and hyperextended my arm.
Oh, man, that sounds painful. Did you know it was a pretty serious injury when it happened?
Yeah.
Because it was hurting, huh? So was it your left or your right elbow?
It was my right elbow.
And it's still a little tender. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just looking. Just looking.
That's fine.
Okay. It's
twice in the season, or twice in 2 months, end in the season, and 3 times in 2 years.
Holy moly! So it's like you just have a loose joint or something there. Okay, all right. I won't touch. Did you have to have a bandage, or did you have to have a cast or anything?
I kind of had a half cast, and then I'm getting a kind of cast-like brace, and then I'm getting a double hinge brace.
Okay, yeah, I've seen those before. Now you get a chance then to stay on the sidelines and really kind of almost be a coach, because you get to watch everything. If you were now to be promoted to a coach, what would it be that you would want to coach? What part of the team would you want to coach?
Defense.
Now, what would you talk to your teammates about? You're seeing a lot of things from the sidelines. What would you have told them today, for example, during the game?
Well, probably to keep outside containment and make sure they don't, and have linebackers don't, because I saw a lot of today, they were splitting immediately to kind of wait to see where the ball's going.
Very good. Staying home, containment, that you'd make a great defensive coach. Hey, in the middle, we've got Brad Carter, number 59. Now, what are your responsibilities when you're out on the field, Brad? Can you talk to me about them?
Well, I am a center, so I just hike the ball when the quarterback says what the count is.
Well, now, he gets into the huddle, and he says count. Does he say it count on, or how does he describe it? How does he say it?
He goes like, it's on 2, 1, 3.
Now, does Perez and Richard Dooley, do they have different ways to say the cadence?
Yeah. Well, Guy Joseph, he says it like, he goes like, go, go. And Tony Perez just goes, go, and then go right, and just in a little bit.
So one is a quicker go-go, the other one's a go-go. Okay, and how hard is it to do? I think it was Tony Perez was out there, and I don't know if you were out there with him, but it was you didn't go on 1 or 2, I think you went on like 3 or 4. What is that called when you do that? Is it a false count, or you're...
Well, all we did was just, we went on 4,
okay.
So...
And that's to try and draw the other defense off sides? Is
yeah.
That the key?
Well, sometimes we just go, we keep on going on 2. And then to fake out the defense, we go on different other counts.
I think it works well sometimes for a very aggressive team. Now, who were you blocking out there today? Do you remember?
I was blocking the nose guard.
Was he a tough nose guard today?
Yeah, or I would block the, I would help someone block when there was a guy in the A-gap and the other guy in the A-gap. I'd help someone.
Now, you're a pretty good-sized kid. Now, how old are you?
11.
Wow. So you're going to continue to grow. Are your parents tall?
Sorta.
Okay. Well, you're going to grow and continue to grow and good size. That's really going to help you out there. Now, we have at the very end, we've got Chris Lockwood, right, Chris? Chris, you were just wanting to jump in and talk, so let's talk right now. When you're out on the field now, when you're playing, you're playing on the line, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how do you react to the ball? How do you know when you're supposed to fire off?
Well, when if it's on two, like what Brad was saying, he says go, like that, and then if it's on two, we'll go out and hit the other guy.
And the important thing is whether if Tony's in there, he does it a little differently. And so is that sometimes hard to be able to get down that cadence? So when you got a go versus a go, is it kind of hard sometimes?
Sort of.
Not too bad, though. What is the hardest thing that you think you've had to overcome to be a good offensive player this year? Is it just like learning the playbooks or what?
Learning, learning where, I go,
Oh, your assignments, blocking assignments.
Yeah.
Okay. And is that, who coaches you and teaches you that at practices? You just got some other people?
Matt and
okay, yeah, Coach Matt. I've heard that name before as well. And if you're not going to play football and it's the off season, do you play any other sports?
Baseball and basketball.
Cool. Now, what about watching it on TV? I like to play baseball. I hate watching it on TV. What sport don't you like to watch on TV, but you like to play it, maybe? You like to watch baseball on TV?
No.
You like to watch basketball on TV?
Yeah.
Oh, do you? So.
Well, too.
Yeah, I like watching football, and basketball is pretty exciting. Now, do you play basketball in a league at all?
Yeah.
What position do you play?
I play down on forward.
Okay. Have you ever made a half-court shot before?
No.
Have you ever tried to make a three-pointer?
No.
You guys have?
My coach tells me not to.
Well, of course. It's that, you want to do what your coach says out there, and that's what you guys do out here today, and you won. So congratulations on the win. Keep on winning, baby, all right? Thanks, guys. You have guys been so patient with me, and I appreciate it. You are who?
I'm Douglas Lepar, and I'm number 66. I play on Silver O. I'm left guard.
Okay.
I'm John Carlson. My number's 50. I play center on the green offense.
Very good. We'll start with you then here, DJ. How do you get DJ, by the way?
Because my middle name's Jerome, and I just take the first name of my two.
Okay, so you go DJ. Everybody call you DJ?
Yeah.
What else does everybody call you?
Deej.
Deej? How about when you get in trouble by your parents? What do they call you then?
DJ, and they call me by my real name.
Which is?
Douglas.
So if you hear Douglas being called, you pretty much figure you're in trouble for something, huh? What was the last time you got in trouble for something?
About like 2 weeks ago.
What happened?
My sister broke my pumpkin.
And she broke your pumpkin? Had you already carved it?
No.
Okay, but was this a pumpkin that you had, that you were going to carve?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so how'd she break it?
Well, we were playing tag in my mom's special room, and my sister shakes the table, so she fakes anyway, so I get faked out. So the pumpkin was about rolling over, and my sister was standing right by it, and she didn't try to get it.
She just let it roll?
Yeah.
I see. Is this your sister right over here?
Yeah.
I think I need to interview your sister because I think she has a totally different story than what you're telling me, right?
She says it's always my fault.
Did you get a new pumpkin? That's what I want to know,
Yeah.
DJ. So all is well, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fine. Mr. Carlson, congratulations. You're out there having to go up against a tough defensive line, and you're the center. You're kind of one of the leaders out there to direct traffic and so forth. What makes you a great center on this team?
That me and Guy have a really good snap relationship, and most of the people can just snap it, but they can't really block it after the snap.
Right, you got to block, or snap, got to look who block. How about when they do the shotgun? Is that a different type of snap than a regular snap underneath the rear end?
Yeah, because I can't look back, and so I just snap in and look up.
Have you ever been just knocked on your keister before by the guy?
Yeah.
Now, how do you continue to concentrate and give good snaps when you know this guy just wants to knock you on your keister?
I just try my hardest, just
not to pay attention
Just got to suck it up and just deal with it, huh?
Yeah.
You guys did a good job out there. What is it that why your offense can be so successful? Running and passing, not so much passing today, but running. What are the keys, you think, to your team?
We have a very good running backs that they can break. They can really sprint their hearts out. And our line's been together at least 2 years. All of us, we're all seasoned veterans.
Seasoned veterans, I like that. Great job out there today, you know, and I give credit to the running backs, but if you listen and when you listen to this tape, I will give credit all game long to the offensive line, because it's the offensive line guys that does the job and opens the holes. Good job out there today, and good luck, okay? And going on forward, great. I've got two special guests right here. We've got the head coach, Guy Richard Dooley, along with Ed Hills. And let's start with you, Guy. Just tell me about your thoughts about this. First of all, a great win. Congratulations. What were some of the keys to winning this game today?
I think we picked it up on defense very well today. Our kids were hard-nosed kids. Great effort, especially from the front seven. The secondary covered a lot of ground. Good passing team, very disciplined team from Fallbrook. They did a great job, too. Those kids were well coached, and they did good. And our kids stepped it up when they had to. Josh Strucker came up big with a couple interceptions, did a nice job on those, and we took their running game away, I think, pretty much the whole day. So they had to air it out, and that's going to happen sometimes. I'm very proud. It was a great effort from the kids.
How do you keep the kids at this age group under composure? You know, that it's one of those games where you can't ever let up, otherwise the other team's going to come down and score. How do you keep that momentum and that composure just going from first quarter all the way to the end of the game?
Well, we have on our football team probably, I don't know, 20 kids that's their fifth year with us in this program, and they've been there, and they understand what it takes and how to gear it up and how to keep at that level. And I think a lot of them play with a real quiet confidence that they think that they're going to prevail if they just give it their best effort, and that comes from them. I mean, they're quiet kids, they're businesslike, they're not a lot of rah-rah guys on the team, and they just go out and try to do the job, and that comes from within with those kids.
Prevailing that you did, and we have a special guest to Ed Hills. Ed, what is it that you're most proud about this group of boys this year?
Well, these kids, as Guy said, they've been with us for 5 years. I think the kids are very disciplined, they're well-mannered, and they really understand football. As you know, football is in three parts: offense, defense, and special teams. And we have great coaches who do all three. So, you know, we're led by Guy and his brother and his father and Coach Paul, Matt. I'm probably not getting all the guys' name in. But we just have a good crew. That's what we have. We have a great crew.
Do you have to pay fees to get involved with this team? I mean, this is such a winning tradition here. It seems like you got guys probably knocking on your door all the time wanting to coach. Do you have a lot of opportunities like that?
We do have a waiting list for dads and people that want to be on the staff. But it's been the same guys now since we started.
Ed, it's always interesting to ask just kind of background and how you got involved with coaching with his kids. Did you play football yourself at any time? Or?
I played a little football. I wanted to get involved because I enjoy working with kids. And I think that, you know, they're the future. So you've got to work with the future.
Ed's being very modest. He played wide receiver for Don Coryell at San Diego State in the glory years.
Well, Ed, you know, talking about modesty, you're absolutely right. I mean, and usually the great players are very modest like that. And what did you hope that maybe that you learned from a Don Coryell that you could pass on that these kids would remember after you've moved on and they've moved on?
Consistency. Always be consistent, whatever you do. You know, win or lose, just be consistent. You know, even if you lose and don't show the emotion, just stay consistent, then you'll come out on top.
Well, thank you both again, Ed Hills and Guy Richard Dooley. A winning team today as well as year after year, a hard-fought battle, and we were glad that we were here to cover it for you guys.
Thank you very much,
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Very good. Well, that'll about do it here from Poway, California. A very hard-fought battle. It was the Poway Roughriders going against the Fallbrook Redskins. Both of these teams came in 7-1. Something was going to have to break, and it wasn't going to happen until the final minutes of this game. Finally, on a desperation throw by Matt Burke, the ball was intercepted by the Poway Roughriders. Number 89, Josh Strucker, got his second interception of the game and nailed down this victory. Right here from Poway, the final score, the Roughriders 8, the Redskins 6. That gives the Roughriders an 8-1 record and a great opportunity to march through that gateway into the playoffs. And we wish them luck in the future. And on behalf of George Langevin Sports Video Productions, well, as always, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye, everybody.